there are few standard type of bank statement available, out of which one is Switch 940, one is BAI2, one is EDI Fact. Likewise, there are few others which Oracle system understand. So we'll have to specify the format, or we'll have to ask the bank that what type of statement they are preparing and offering to us. Based on that, we'll have to define the mapping into our system, so that after mapping and the system can understand the bank statement properly, column wise data. So like which column stands for invoice, which column stands for invoice date, which column stands for invoice amount. Similarly, which column stands for receipt number, which column stands for receipt date, which column stands for receipt amount. Similarly, we'll have to define the transaction type as well, like maybe 200 is for receipt, 100 is for payment. So with a proper bank statement name, we'll have to define this mapping, which matches with the bank statement provided by the bank. Once that is mapping is done, then this bank statement file has to be put under CE top of Oracle database, where from, while running the concurrent request, system can refer that particular statement file and pull data and can put into the interface table. One sample BAI2 type of bank statement is attached over here for ready reference. And if you open that file, and if you open the BAI2 bank statement table, then you can possibly corroborate what is the meaning of each column defined into the bank statement. Now, under the C column, you can see into the screen, under the C column, the bank statement is being kept and with the proper name of the bank statement, because this name will be one of the input of bank statement loader program. That is a concurrent program provided, seeded concurrent program provided by Oracle. There is no customization needed for this. So once that file is kept, and once this file name is defined into the bank loader concurrent program, then system will read this file and pull data, validate with the mapping table and put into the interface table. Once the file is kept under the C job, then we will have to select a concurrent request from the view request option, name. The next step is running the bank statement loader program. So we have chosen the name bank statement loader from the request list, given the bank statement name, type name, and we are selecting the bank statement file name, which we have kept under C job as one of the important parameter. So with the path, it is checking so that system can easily identify that the bank statement file is kept under that path. Now, after submission, it will process for some time to basically validate, and ultimately, if all the validation is successful, then the SQL loader program will run automatically, and it will put all validated data into the Oracle bank statement interface table. And after that, we will go to bank statement interface under the bank option in cash management module. And if we choose the lines, we'll see the transaction data, what we have loaded into the interface from the bank statement file. Now we see there are two transactions with code 200, which basically means receipts, and there are two rows with code as 100, which basically denotes payments. These receipts and payments are basically the receipts and payments made under receivable and payable modules of Oracle subsequently. Once this is checked and verified, then we can submit the next request called bank statement import. The parameters are bank branch name, bank account number, and the date, statement date. So here we are selecting as 31st May 22 and submitting the request. If it is completed normal, now we'll check the output, and there is no error found. So it has been loaded successfully into the bank statement table. The next option is bank statement and reconciliation. Here we will have to give the bank statement. We will have to choose the find button, and system will show all the bank statement loaded. We will have to select the right bank statement and open it. If we go to line, we will be able to see the lines which we had seen into the interface table with status as unreconciled on the right side of the window. Now selecting one line, we'll have to go to available, and since it is a 200, code is 200, so it's a receipt data. It's a payment data, and it's a payment data, and we have chosen the right payment for that particular date, and we'll have to select reconcile button. Once it is reconciled, the amount reconciled comes on the right side, and the status changes to reconciled from unreconciled. Similar way, we can choose each line and go to available button, and from there we can select the respective APAR data from the system and do the reconciliation process manually. If we want to submit the process automatically, then there is a concurrent request available in cash management called auto reconciliation. It will basically doing the same thing, reconciling the payment transactions and the receipt transactions with the bank statement where it matches, like invoice number, invoice date, and amount. Where it matches, it will reconcile automatically, and the unreconciled portion will only remain into the bank statement that we will have to reconcile manually one by one by seeing the nature and why it has not been reconciled. This is the whole process of bank reconciliation, auto bank reconciliation process, instead of manually doing the same reconciliation, which is a statutory part of the BRS system. Today, up to this, we can share the next step into our next video.